So, John, a win away from home on Saturday. How happy were you with that performance, and more importantly, how happy were you with that debut from Adrian Sekitic?
Yeah, I think pretty happy. Just erring towards satisfied. I think we don't want to get too carried away with anything. We've won one league game out of 46, which is great. Obviously, in a better position than we were this time last year. But I think we can't get too carried away with what we've actually managed to do so far. It's a nice position to be in. I thought it was a good performance overall. I thought it was a good performance from Adrian as well, who was the difference maker and deserved all the accolades that he's had over the weekend. So yeah, we're quietly satisfied, but that's all pretty much been put to bed now because we've got a really important game to focus on for tomorrow.
Managed to get a full 90 minutes out of Colby Bishop. Is he potentially maybe lacking that match fitness still? As he didn't play much in pre-season. Could he maybe be in contention to start tomorrow?
Yeah, I think in terms of lacking match fitness, probably on the surface he is, but I don't think that affected anything that Colby did at the weekend. So I didn't look at a player that wasn't fit or wasn't match fit, hence we kept him on for the 90 minutes. So I'm not worried about Colby at all.
Yang Min Hoyt got 20 minutes when he came off. Florian Bianchini getting 70. What do you make of those two's performance?
Yeah, I thought that if you consider the fact that both of them are very, very new to the football club, I think Min Hoyt literally walked into the door on Thursday afternoon and had his first training session on the Friday. So for us to sort of trust him and back him to go on in such an important game, hopefully speaks volume about how highly we rate him and how excited we are to have him in the building. And certainly with Flo, it was similar. If you look at where we were previously in the week before, Josh Murphy had started the game against Pep Voller. Florian came on and he had a small part to play towards the back end of the game, but I don't think we were expecting to have to hand him his full debut this soon, having had a bit of a stop-start pre-season, hadn't played a huge amount with Swansea in pre-season. He also was barely played past 60 minutes, I think, in the last sort of 12 months. So I was really pleased with Flo's contribution. I think that naturally he came off the pitch. It was disappointing not to have scored a couple of goals, and I think he'll improve as he goes on and his confidence levels get higher and higher. But definitely showed some glimpses. Work rate was excellent, showed some really good glimpses on the ball as well. And yeah, we're looking forward to seeing how much both of them can improve.
Going on to Josh Murphy, how's his recovery going? And are we still looking at that time frame with West Brom away in a week or two?
Yeah, same time frame, he's fine. He's been progressing really nicely, and we're hoping to see him on the bus up to West Brom.
Paddy Lane and Marco Marni, two players that are going to make a return to Fratton Park tomorrow. How does that make the analysis a little bit easier that you're a bit familiar with the two?
Not from my point of view. I think maybe if you're looking at individual battles and the lads always look at their individual clips and see who they're coming up against. I suppose if Paddy's playing on the right, Conor Ogilvie probably knows him pretty well, Jacob Farrell knows him pretty well. It's one of those where maybe it just makes the lads' individual lives a bit easier, but yeah, it'd be a nice occasion to welcome them both back. I think they certainly both deserve a warm welcome, and I know they'll get it as well.
Obviously, Colby led the team out on Saturday. What did you make of his performance as a captain, and is he definitely someone you're looking to make that captain going forward?
Yeah, I thought he was immense, to be honest, and Colby didn't get his goal. I know he'll be disappointed about that as well. I think always Colby doesn't score, he's always disappointed coming off the football pitch, but I thought he led the team brilliantly well. I thought he was a constant physical problem for the two centre-backs, considering Moore and Healy, two of the biggest in the league. They didn't get a huge amount smaller when Moore came off either, so I thought Colby really led the line brilliantly, was a constant threat in terms of that physical presence. He's always a constant threat in terms of goal scoring, and defensively we can rely on him as well. So if you add all that into the fact that he works his socks off at the top end of the pitch, and I saw some very, very good and promising traits I think throughout pre-season, and I have with Colby for the past 2.5 years, but yeah, it's been nice to reward him with that captaincy at the weekend.
Going back to the injuries, obviously Marlon Pat missed with a swollen knee. How's he feeling right now?
Yeah, he's all right. Marlon's booked in for surgery tomorrow. It's not major surgery, so it's not. Thankfully, we're not talking ACL or anything serious like that. We're hoping it's going to be about 6 weeks that he's back. So yeah, that is better than we perhaps feared initially. So Marlon's okay. He's old enough to grasp the realities of what happens when you get injured. And when we knew he was injured on Friday, we didn't have the scan results, but we knew he was injured Friday, and there was never any doubt that he wasn't going to be travelling with us to Oxford. He was a big part of the win of the weekend, and by the time we report back home he's going to miss the game tomorrow, but he'll be there on Saturday, and he'll be there the following Saturday, and every other Saturday until he's back fit.
Regan, Paul and Connor Shaughnessy obviously had their first partnership to go together since that Chesterfield game over a year and a half ago. How happy were you to have those two back on the football pitch together competitively?
It's just nice to have them both fit. I think that's one thing we haven't been able to do. So they've just missed each other in terms of that journey back from fitness. When Regan got back into the groove last year, Shocks had the persistent calf problem, and I think vice versa. So I think Regan found himself with a bit of an injury post Norwich. Shocks came back into the side in January, and it just continued like that for the rest of the season. So very nice to have that partnership back. They were very successful with that centre-back partnership in the first 15 games of the League One campaign, and I think they showed some really good bits at the weekend, and we're looking forward to improving upon that as well.
Zach Swanson came on against Oxford on Saturday. Maybe he didn't go in the position many thought. He actually came on in midfield. Is that something you're maybe looking to trial out tomorrow?
He's played a huge amount in the middle of the park pre-season. We've not had the numbers that we've, I guess, needed in some of the pre-season games, and so it's only recently that Luke and Mark have signed in the Havant game. They weren't available. To play, so it's a position we've looked at playing Zach in, not just to fill, but because we actually feel that he can have an impact there, and we sort of feel like Zach knows what he's doing at right back. He's such a good player that we can just trust him to slot in there. My decision on the day was that when I throw Zach into those sort of games, he knows what's expected. He's been at the level before. He knows the press. He knows the set pieces. He's been with me for 2.5 years as well. So I didn't feel it was particularly fair for Luke or Mark to sort of come in those conditions. So I was really happy sending Zach on, just so that there's a player that I can definitely trust, and he gets everything. And I actually thought he lifted us. He played very, very well for the short amount of time that he was on the pitch, and I was really pleased to see what he brought.
Going on to Reading in the round one of the Carabao Cup tomorrow, what are you going to expect from Noel Hunt's side? Obviously they haven't started the season off particularly well, maybe.
I think only in terms of results. I think the two games, we've watched both the games against Lincoln and Huddersfield, and they can count themselves, I think, really unlucky at the weekend. It was a game of very, very fine margins. They could have taken the lead just before Huddersfield took the lead, and it's one of those, I think, and Noel will probably be scratching his head as to how he's come away from these two games without anything to show whatsoever. So we expect a really strong Reading side to come to Fratton Park, and a side that, having not won the first couple of games, will desperately get a win on the ball.
Finally, back at Fratton Park tomorrow, how much are you and the group looking forward to being back in front of a home crowd for the first time this season?
Yeah, I think it's something that we're all looking forward to. I guess there's probably two stages to it. There's tomorrow night, and then there's Saturday. And we're obviously not expecting a sold out Fratton Park tomorrow, which is as expected for a League Cup tie, but I still think it's a really special place to play football, and a nice little introduction to what we're going to face at the weekend, certainly in terms of the home crowd and how partisan they're going to be. So yeah, very much looking forward to getting back to Fratton Park. It's been a very, very special place to play.
Thank you for your time, John.